If you would like some ideas for future episodes, go ahead and give us some questions below or on the community page, and we will surely answer them to the best of our ability. Right now, I am cleaning the house with some gold Armor All and a rag. When you're doing the van life, it's vital, I think, to keep caught up on your cleaning, because living in such a small place can get very dirty very fast, and you don't want that. Well, maybe some people do. I don't. I'm a freak about it. I have to constantly be cleaning and keeping it organized. Otherwise, I'm a wreck. And for those of you that are new to the channel, what this channel is about is the story and adventure of life as an artist and a human being, doing the van life, making videos, music, writing a screenplay, getting ready to go out to LA, try to sell that bad boy, get hopefully a literary agent or the right person to meet to get the screenplay read. I'm going to enter it into some more contests. And before that, we're going to the Grand Canyon for a hike down the south side of the Bright Angel Trail. That was originally the main plan of coming to Arizona, and it took a little more time than expected. If you'd like to know why, and the adventures and drama that occurred, that feels like it's one time, 1,000 times, 10,000 times, 1,000,000 times fold, getting more and more challenging. Go ahead and look at the other live feeds. And my hopes is to monetize and make that money. See what happens. Have a dance party. Get some electronic music going. Woo! And yeah, just doing some cleaning right now. So I figured I'd touch base with everybody. I hope all of you are having a tremendous day. I have to work tonight, third shift. And I may do a live feed from there, right? Maybe? Huh? What do you think? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know yet. But either way, I'm going to continue to run the channel as best as I can to entertain you, the audience, because the audience needs entertained. I will bring you the entertainment as the best, as much madness, soft madness as possible. I stole that from Jim Morrison. Well, I can honestly tell you that my day has been pretty eventful. I got some laundry. I'm at the laundromat right now, so I'm doing laundry and cleaning the house. You know, I do laundry at the laundromat, then I clean the house. It's night in Germany. Oh, man. Oh, is it really? Cool. What kind of star constellations can you see? I am from planet Earth. That's what I tell people. I was born in Ohio, but I'm from planet Earth. More importantly, where are you from? What is your goal? What are you aspiring to become? What is the purpose? Not the legacy, but why you live. What gives you and defines meaning? What makes you feel alive, purposeful, amused? What walks you? What gives you air? What defines the existence that you know as that voice in your mind? Here's like $2, like you're 2 years old. Thank you, Alicia. And I want to tell you, if you're trying to hit on me right now, it's working. I feel like you and I could have a great conversation at a McDonald's dinner. I'll buy. If you're not a McDonald's gal and you prefer Burger King, I'll take you there too for some chicken McNuggets. You can make fun of me all you want. I'm going to like chime right in with it, because not only am I ugly, but I'm also witty. Ah. And the love of Christ. I agree. I think Christ is awesome. 100%. Christ was the man. Christ got the crap end of the stick. He sacrificed himself for a world and people. And man, things are not well, I thought you were a woman because your name's Alicia. In America, that's Alicia is a woman's name. So I apologize for screwing your name up. But you insulted me, so I don't apologize for insulting you back. And if you're a boy, you shouldn't even be on the channel, to be honest. I made it so people that were under 18 couldn't get on the channel. So if you could stop watching, I would appreciate it. I don't want no offense, but I don't want like immature comments like, go to McDonald's and buy some on the channel. It's annoying. I want to be able to like watch people have good lives and talk about their experience and all that stuff. So if you're going to be a negative troll, go smash your head against a brick wall. You're going to have more fun there. So what's up? My name is Chris, but the channel is called As Jim Sees It. And the reason it's Jim is because Jim is in all the episodes. You have to watch him and figure it out. Once you figure out who Jim is, like Where's Waldo, you can't not see Jim. In every single episode, you'll hear Jim, you'll feel Jim, you'll know Jim. But I am not Jim. And it is a entertainment channel produced by myself and Raymond Douglas. Ray does all the editing, and I do all the attempted dialogue and entertainment. Is this live? Yes, this is a live episode. It is. We try to go live 5 times a week. We do a how-to series on how to do the bus life because I moved into a van, and that's everything built for the van right there. And so you could see that on how to build the how-to episodes. That's to try to get a bigger and broader audience. But after not getting any success with the how-tos, and it seems like I get more traction and more attention, not like attention like, oh, look at me, but people come back to the channel more, they subscribe, they engage. Audience engagement is key with any type of YouTube algorithm. So we're going back to the entertainment factor, but also we're showing as an artist what it is to live and to try to achieve a goal. But I'm not your average artist. Like, I go to work. I'm hoping that I can get to the point where my job is writing a screenplay. Hello, everybody. If you just tuned into the channel, we are cleaning the house right now. It's so challenging sometimes to keep the audience engaged. Like, because when you do the live feeds, it's kind of just a shoot from the hip. Maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. Maybe I should kind of have an idea. But like I said, though, the 13th, you wanna get ready for the the 13th. Yeah. The 13th or the 14th, I'll put it on the community page. It's going to be the live feed of climbing down the Grand Canyon and back up nonstop in one rip. I don't know if it's going to hold on to the signal the whole time I'm doing it, but we will have a live feed that day in celebration of starting and finishing the Grand Canyon. If you go through all the episodes of the how-to, when we first started the how-to, how to build and how to live the van life, you can go check that out on the channel. All of it was explaining what we were going to do on the adventure of living the van life. And there was going to be some priorities with family, but that got changed. So we're going to be going out to LA to try to sell the movie that I had worked on years ago. And we'll go from there. So that's kind of what's going on. But stay tuned, because we will have a live feed from the Grand Canyon. And if you're from Germany, you've never seen the Grand Canyon, and you want to see it live, this is the channel to tune into. It's going to be pretty sweet, I'm telling you. But I will say this: the camera does not capture the camera does not capture the it doesn't capture the myth and the majestic sense of it all. There's a sense of awe that comes when you go to the Grand Canyon. It's so powerful and uplifting, and it's really life changing. All right, I'll be right back. I got to switch sides here because I got to do some cleaning over here. Right now in you were from India. That's, I've read a lot of the Vedic scripture, and they don't call it Vedic scripture. I've read the Vedas. It's been quite a few years since I read them, but I absolutely love that culture. I about I'd say about 3 years, when I was studying a lot of Alan Watts, I'd watch Sadhguru online a lot. I don't know if you're into him and what you think about him, but I like that guy's philosophy on some things. I don't necessarily agree on all of it, but I like his concepts of inner engineering. And when he talks about give me a second, I'll think of it. There's the cobras, not the Kundalini, but the cobras that were behind him when he was in a field meditating. And it's I believe it's the representation of, like, your life is always at the my name's Chris, but I believe it's a representation of your life is always hanging in the balance of death, that you never really know. And that's what the metaphor for the cobras is. Is it the Asantis? I can't remember what they're called, but they were some occultists here in America, like, try to say, oh, it's something with, like, aliens or something like that, but that's bullshit. That's somebody that's just trying to create content and get a niche, get people to follow their stuff. Or maybe they really think that, I don't know. But I'm hearing Sadhguru's voice in my head right now, telling me the name of it. I just cannot remember it for the life of me. Not like literally, but I'm like thinking about it. I can't remember. What are their names? I cannot remember. Anyhow, it doesn't really matter. All that matters right now is I'm cleaning the house, which needed done. It was disgusting. That's going to drive me crazy now that I can't think of those beings that he was talking about. Maybe if anybody is watching and they know, post in the comments below. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. My name is Chris. Welcome to the channel. My name is Chris. This is As Jim Sees It. You know what? I keep saying that this is a channel about adventure and da-da-da, and I really don't know what this channel's about. It's about the creative life of one man trying to figure out how to make money off being, not even make money. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't even know why I do this channel. I upload 5 to 6 times, 7 times a week. And I complain about it to my friends all the time. And I don't even like doing it 70% of the time now because it's like I don't feel like I'm growing. I'm not getting anywhere. But I just keep doing it for some reason. I have no clue why. I think I'm insane. That's why I keep uploading, because I'm crazy. And I don't know what else to do. And I don't feel like I have any special story to tell. Well, there's a number of different reasons. I do feel like I have a special story to tell. I wrote a movie and I want to tell that story and make money off it and be a screenwriter. And that way I could just travel and write and do YouTube and teach people how to, live the van life. I guess I'd like to do that, that would be fun, but we'll see. So right now we are cleaning the house because it's laundry day. I'm at the laundromat right now in the good old state of Arizona. And you got to keep your house clean. If you don't keep your house clean, you will surely fall by the wayside. I don't know. I wish I could, I see people. All right, so enough about me. I hate sitting there trying to talk about myself and hear myself talk for half hour straight. It's annoying. So tell me about you. Who on here is watching, and what's one vision you have for your life that you think will make you feel fulfilled and happy? Go. Don't go all at once though. Let's see. Nothing yet. Maybe it's lacking. Well, I'll tell you one thing that makes me happy, that helps me feel fulfilled and helps me feel alive, is when I write. And not just because I'm writing and I want my voice to be heard, because I don't put out my poetry. I write it. I like the mental challenge because certain words have a cadence to them to me musically, and when I write and I create a stanza or a line, depending whether it's a couplet, a tercet, a quatrain, a sestet, it just, whatever mode. I do a lot of free writing poetry. I want to spend a year doing villanelles. Anyhow, there is a certain competitive task I have, a purposeful task that makes me feel like I'm in a competitive frame. And that's what I love most about writing poetry, is I feel like I'm using my mind, and it's really helping with those juices, so to speak, in my brain to be moving fluidly. And yeah, that's one of the things I love about poetry, is it gives me not even an outlet or anything like that, because I like the challenge of creating huge landscapes in a minimal amount of words. That's one of my favorite things to attempt to do. I don't know if I always do it, because I haven't, I put some of my poetry to my friends, or I'll put it on Facebook, or I'll, I have it I have like I have over 600 poems written easily. When I say easily, that's been over years of writing them. Some fully drafted, some I got to revise, because they say you got to revise. Some poets say you should never revise. You use the first rip of your poem. But I am a person who revises, and then sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel it, and it just, every poem is basically like, I'll get a nudge from what some people call the intuition, some people call the muse, and I write, and it comes on the screen, and I look at the words, and I listen to the music. I always listen to the music of the words. If it doesn't have like a sound to it, I won't use it. I change it. I until it fits. Like if I use a line, let's say I'll use words around me right here. El patio. I sat next to El patio. Let me think. Hold on. Give me a second here. I'll do it. See, this is a different type of poetry. Like this isn't coming from the muse. So I'm trying to give you an example of without reading one of my poems just off rip. My heart was broken, and the rain was softly spoken. I ran until the ocean bled dry. So that's an example of like, there's a musical cadence when I said that, not so much in the rhyming of the words, but the way it rolled off my tongue and the way it fit together visually, the sound, the music, all that stuff. So I like doing that type of poetry, that type of idea behind the poetry. If it doesn't have that to it, I'm not satisfied. So I like the feeling I get from doing that. That's one of the things that helps me to drives me as an artist and a musician and somebody who I would even say that's one of the things that drives me creatively. That's the way I'll say it is that feeling that I get of trying to challenge myself to create a huge landscape in a minimal amount of words and to have it be relatable too, because that's like you know, I'm not big. I'm not that smart. I'm like I don't have a English degree. I'm terrible sometimes with punctuation, depending on my day, and so I have to use a minimal amount of words to create a huge landscape. And like another example of that, if you want to know how, like what another technique that I use. So like if you're gonna, everybody wants to write poetry about the stars, right? Using the right words, I think, is vital to give people a visual idea of what you're trying to say. Now, when you say space, like everybody has a different interpretation of space. Like, now, obviously, you're making reference to the stars if you use the word like stars or anything like that. But space, like, is minimal. It like because you could think space. Well, what if it's a small space? What if it's a medium space? Are they talking about the expanse of space? So, like, using the expanse of space in a stanza makes that line sound so much bigger, and it's minimal amount of words. Or one of my favorites, the cosmos. When you say cosmos, there's something about that word that sounds bigger than space itself, because space initiates blackness. Because a lot of times people, when they hear the word space, they think of the emptiness of space. But the cosmos, you right away, when you see the pictures of it, you think of like the galaxies that are in space and the wide frame of galaxies that are in space. So that's like a trick that I use whenever I'm writing, is I try to keep that type of structure, that type of narrative passageway in mind to, you know, to write or to create. All right, everybody. It has been fun on today's live feed. I would stay longer, but I need to get in and finish my laundry. So you have an awesome day. Hope all is well. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. Next week, we're going to the Grand Canyon. Later.